Now please welcome our second speaker, Kevin Allen, with a speech titled In Prison. Welcome, Kevin Allen.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, it's been 6,830 days since I stopped drinking. November 20th, 1999, exact date. Yet I'm only 1 day sober. Alcohol, hard drugs, prescription drugs, over-the-counter drugs, pornography, and even gaming are some of the most common addictions in today's world. Who here knows a family member, friend, colleague that suffers from alcoholism or addiction of some sort? What about who doesn't identify as such, but you know very well they are an addict or an alcoholic? What about you? What about each of you? Any addictions? You see, this is how prolific addiction can be. And it's eating away at our humanity, our freedom as free-willed individuals who have control over our lives. You see, when I was in college, my alcoholism had opportunity to rage. I filled my water bottle every morning with vodka and orange juice and went to class. My weekends were spent at some party somewhere, and I didn't come home until the alcohol was gone or someone carried me home. I was imprisoned in a bath of drunkenness, hangovers, recovery, and eventually the search for more. My last drink resulted in yet another blackout, this one the worst ever, and one that resulted in a 48-hour coma in the hospital due to overconsumption of alcohol. That incident scared the shit out of me and my family, and motivated me to never drink again. I quit cold turkey that day. But I'm still an addict. And I'm going to get back to that again in a moment. Now, there are different types of addictions. Some, you would argue, are not so bad. Like if you're addicted to studying math, for example. You might just get smarter. But others are not the same, even as simple as nicotine. It has its damaging effects, and its format is damaging to your lungs. However, all addictions have an element of loss of control. Let's look at the definition. Addiction is characterized by an inability to consistently abstain, impairment in behavioral control, craving, diminished recognition of significant problems in one's behavior, and interpersonal relationships, and a dysfunctional emotional response. Like other chronic diseases, addiction often involves cycles of relapse and remission, and without treatment or engagement in recovery activities, addiction is often incredibly damaging and ultimately can cause your death. My question is, what are you addicted to? Those that responded. Be honest.
Is that coffee?
Coffee, all right. Not so bad. Ted? Say again?
Salmon.
Salmon, all right.
I can vouch for
What's
that.
that? Working, all right.
Alcohol.
Alcohol, here we go. I was able to go through AA program starting in 2000 and was free and clear of alcohol from that point forward. Like I said, from that day, November 20th, my life started to improve. I got back into university, I got my degree, my first job out of college, and eventually a career. But this was a false conclusion because I stopped attending meetings. I stopped being involved in the program. I stopped giving my service to others. And it came right back. I was a cigarette smoker throughout all my alcoholism. And it mirrored that timing perfectly. And I still continued to smoke even after I quit drinking. Because, it wasn't so bad, right? But I needed my vice. In 2006, I had a catastrophic skiing accident, which sent me into another coma, and a 3-month recovery in a wheelchair, and the doctor said, if you want to get healthy quick, you should quit smoking. So I quit. Thought it was that easy, not for long. I moved to Italy, where everyone smoked. I fell right back into the habit, and it was more frequent and more damaging. Most of the damage to my lungs and my vociferous odor, but it was really worse than that. I moved to New York in 2011, where cigarettes were $13 a pack, a 300% increase, and I had to quit again. And it stuck. So I thought. You see, in New York, there was that sweet smell of marijuana. Even though it wasn't the same as the legality we have here in California, it was everywhere. I could get it, and I could smoke it. I smelled that sweet smell, and it changed me again. It grabbed me right by the neck. And I could certainly function better than when I was a drunk. But sometimes getting high led to frequently getting high, led to getting high all the time. I moved out to 2013 to take the dream job, PR manager at Kawasaki. I took my drug test and failed. Thought the whole thing was a wash, but they gave me another chance. They said, take another test. So I got sober for 3-4 months, took it again, passed the test, and I was like, bam, now I'm in the clear. And I can go right back to it. But you see, I have this thing at home called a wife and a baby. They weren't too happy about it either. I was slowly eating away at who I was. I want to leave you with 3 things that I took away from that experience and what I feel you should do. Eliminate all available materials that contribute to your addiction. Ask someone for help, or even better, go to a recovery program and commit to that recovery. And seek a higher power who's greater than this world, who you can give up your control, because you cannot. Recovery is difficult, it's tiring, and it requires commitment. But in the end, if you follow these 3 steps, commit to your own recovery, you will be free from the shackles of addiction and set you free from your imprisonment. Thank you.